In the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine, the Western nations have unanimously condemned Russia for aggression. While sanctions are being imposed on Russia by the US, UK, European Union and other countries, let us see how sincere these condemnations and penalties levied on Russia are. As you know, European nations are reliant on Russia for their gas supply. And despite all the said sanctions they have declared on Russia, Europe is all set to purchase more gas from Russia from Gazprom, a Russia-owned multinational energy corporation via Ukraine pipelines. This while the war is on and the whole world is pushing their virtuous stand against Russia. Talk about double standards. European energy firms have rushed to procure more gas from Russia while the war broke out between Russia and Ukraine. This is because owing to the war, Russian gas imports became cheaper than spot gas traded at European hubs. As it is, European nations are dealing with surging inflation, and the last thing they would want is domestic power cuts that could spell trouble if the gas supply from Russia is interrupted. A third of gas demand in Europe is met through pipelines from Siberian gas fields. Russian gas supplies through Ukraine shot up by nearly 38% on Thursday, and a further 24% increase was anticipated by Friday. Now moving to the US, the giant that literally expects the world to be by its side no matter where a conflict breaks out. The US too has imposed sanctions on Russia targeting its banks, military exports and oil refineries. The White House released a statement on Thursday saying measures will include wide restrictions on semiconductors, telecommunication, encryption security, lasers, sensors, navigation, avionics and maritime technologies as well. While this looks like a powerful move, the US Treasury Department's document reveals any energy-related dealings are exempted from the sanctions. While it may look like Russia will be isolated by the world, the truth is it might actually not have any significant impact on Russia, no matter how grave the situation has been made to look. Everyone is favoring their own interests. Still skeptical? Here's another example from Italy. Italy's Prime Minister is said to have secured a carve-out for Italian luxury goods from the European Union's package of economic sanctions against Russia. He lobbied to keep luxury goods out of the sanctions as it would hurt the domestic industry more than it would probably hurt Russia. President of the Italian National Fashion Chamber said more than 1 billion euros worth of luxury exports to Russia could be at risk, which means the business will suffer. Who would want that? Russia is a major market for Italian luxury goods. Therefore, going all out against Russia would only hurt its fashion industry. Exports of Italian luxury goods to Russia totaled 1.3 billion euros in the first 11 months of 2021 alone. Another nation, same story. Belgium's diamond industry too was not included in the long list of sanctions. Russia is a massive supplier of diamonds to Belgium. More than 1 billion euros of Russian diamonds passed through the Belgian port of Antwerp in 2020 itself. Unsurprisingly, this trade too has been spared from the sanctions. While the West has announced major sanctions, it continues to keep its trade interests safe in the backdrop. While the US and other countries pray for Ukraine, NATO forces still haven't arrived in Ukraine to fight against the Russian onslaught. The United Nations Security Council met to pass a draft resolution against Russia's invasion on Friday. Out of 15 members, China, India and UAE abstained from voting while the rest voted against Russia. In the end, Russia, being a permanent member, vetoed and the resolution wasn't passed. Let us know in the comments below if you found this video insightful. Until next time, this is Richa Dwivedi signing off. Dhanyavad and Namaste.